Right, this is Fed for CraveMetal TV, and I'm here at Sonisphere 2011, and I'm here with Greg from Paradise Lost. How are we doing, man?
All right, very good, very good. It seems like it's very busy out there. I've just had a wander around the crowd. A lot of people here, you know.
I think they're all running like undercover right now because it started raining, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck because we're in the tent, you know.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Well, actually, that helps people,
that
and
helps,
it's going to be rammed.
If no one wants to see us, they don't have a choice. They've still got to go in the tent. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So you guys are on a Bohemia stage later on tonight?
Yeah, quarter to 10 tonight. Yeah.
It's a nice prime slot as well.
It's a great slot. I prefer that. We played here 2 years ago and did a bit of a breakfast thing on. I think it was the main stage. I don't know. And I don't really like the breakfast slot. You know, it's like you don't want to be drinking Jack and Coke at 9 in the morning. You know, so
exactly. So was
unless you're a tramp.
First Sonisphere?
I don't know, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Not last year, year before.
This is the third one, so yeah. So it must have been the first one. Nah, definitely tonight, prime slot. I'm sure it's going to be better.
It was a very similar lineup 2 years ago as well. It was Metallica as well, 2 years ago, and Limp Bizkit and stuff like that. I think Machine Head were on.
Oh right.
Yeah. So.
Shame they're not here tonight.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, you guys recently, we came to see you guys in London.
Drug Time shows, yeah.
Many times, yeah. That was a pretty special one.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
How did that come about, you know, to play the whole album in full?
I didn't initially want to do it. I didn't really like the idea because it seemed a bit of a cheesy thing to do. I came from a punk background, and I've still got this in the back of my head, this niggling punk ethic where you don't do sellout things.
Yeah.
And I thought it's a bit of a sellout, and it came about actually because Sony Music bought the rights to Draconian Times, wanted to do a remaster and a repackaging of it, and they said, will you do a few dates surrounding it? And we sort of got talked into it, so we said okay, but after we did the first show, I realised that I was in the wrong. I had to think a bit from a fan's perspective.
Yeah.
Because I saw people at the shows, especially in the London show. I hadn't seen these people for 10, 15 years.
This is it. Because,
you know, it's people who are...
It's something that stood out for many fans, and to see it
it's
live,
something you don't think about yourself, though, when you're in the band. It's
of
like,
course, yeah.
But when I saw these people, it's like, you know, some of them look like bank managers now, haven't probably even been to a metal gig for 15 years, you know. They're turning up and still going mental. You know, and it's like the album that got them into metal or something. It's like, it's pretty humbling, really. And you think, oh right, yeah, this is a very good reason for doing it.
That's what it is down to. You have to put yourself in a fan's mind and see how they.
Yeah, sometimes. It really kind of opened my eyes as to why, you know, it's not a sellout thing, because we did it. We limited it to enough dates that it made it very special, and we're never going to do it again.
Yeah.
So you know, it was a cool thing.
It was filmed on a night, wasn't it?
Yeah. But there was some kids as well that talked to me that night, and they said we were too young to come to shows at that time, but we got the album, and this is the only time we're ever going to get to see it. So it made it really special.
For some, it was like relived it twice, and the others like new fans. You know?
Yeah.
Best of both worlds, isn't it?
Yeah.
So obviously it was filmed for the DVD. So when's that going to see light?
Yeah, I only got sent the audio for it, the mixed audio that Jens Bogren, who mixed our last album.
Right.
He's mixed the audio for it. I only heard that yesterday for the first time. It sounds absolutely amazing, like a real proper heart-thumping live album. Wow. You know, like a classic live album. And I've seen a bit of the video editing, not much, but it's just in a great tradition of live metal albums. It just sounds really vibrant, which...
That's good. I don't think there's enough live DVDs being released these days. I mean, to be honest,
I think a big problem with them is it's a lot of this over-processing that goes on in recording of records. They do it to their live stuff as well.
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased with the mix on this that we got sent yesterday, because it sounds how you would imagine it would sound like you just stood in the hall. You know, it's very vibrant. You can hear lots of stuff going on, lots of ambient sound as well. So it's kind of more exciting that way.
If it just sounded like that on audio, the whole complete package is going to be awesome then, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it's like going back to years and years ago when you used to get live tapes. They always sound better from out front than they did desk tapes, because you just get kick and snare and vocals or something from desk tapes, you know.
Technology's definitely moved on, hasn't it?
Yeah, but
in a good way.
Yeah. I just think people should process less and capture some of the live element more, you know.
Raw sound. Now, since obviously the last release, it's been a while. So what's going on with Paradise Lost in the future?
Well, we are supposed to be writing stuff at the minute. We're kind of halfway there, but we are supposed to go in the studio in October and deliver by December, because they want it out by March next year.
Right.
but it will depend on the writing really. But hopefully we'll have enough stuff by October when they want us to go in.
And do you know what sort of direction you're going to go for?
Well, I can only tell you what we've written so far. It's kind of normally these things, the heavy guitars are still there, but the songwriting is going more down a classic gothic approach rather than the metal oriented. It's hard to explain, but going a bit more atmospheric, if you know what I mean. But then when the heavy bits hit, they really hit.
That's cool, man. Well, we've said, it's been ages, so
we constantly try to avoid cliches. I know it's difficult in our style of music because a lot of it is one big cliche, but there's a fine line between cheese and atmosphere, and it's kind of treading that line really,
It's good, man. And now obviously you're playing tonight. Any other sort of festivals you guys got booked or dates?
Every weekend we've been playing at least 1 or 2 festivals. We were in Holland and Czech Republic last weekend. We're in Bulgaria next weekend. And they're all pretty big festivals. I've never heard of most of the names of a lot of them because some of them I can't pronounce.
In their own countries, they'll be huge.
Yeah, I mean the one we're doing in Bulgaria next weekend. We're headlining this Sonata. I can never say the name. Sonata
Arctica.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And Catatonia and stuff. And
oh wow.
It's a 3-day one, Opethron and stuff like that. So
metal is overly popular in those countries, man. They're like a lot of die-hard fans,
Yeah, but
it's going to be an awesome show.
I mean, I think there's a lot of festivals about now. I mean, if you go back 15 years, there wasn't anywhere near the amount of metal festivals. We played the last ever Donington.
Wow.
And there was one. You'd have like one in every country. Now there's God knows how many in every country.
And all the little small independent ones as well popping up now. It's got to be a little region of 20 per year.
It's great. It's great for fans though, because I talk to a lot of mates of mine, younger mates of mine who are into metal, and they can go cheaper to some of the European festivals now than they can some of the English ones. So.
Including the flights and everything.
Including the flight and everything. Yeah. So it's kind of opening up a bit to and then they get to see some of the bands that might not even make it to UK festivals because there's a bit of snobbery goes on with UK festivals,
There's a lot of hidden talent and bands out there, maybe cross the sea and then.
I'm quite excited that Sonisphere have put on some bands that you wouldn't necessarily have seen on UK festivals years ago, like Black Breath played yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was into them like a couple of years ago. No one had heard of them. And they're still playing pretty little places, but I think it's admirable that Sonisphere will put a punt, and have bands like that on.
I mean, after we finish here, we're going to go around the smaller stages, see what's new and what's up and coming, man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do. Yeah.
Nice one. Well, good luck with the show tonight. We're going to come down and check it out, and thank you for taking the time out. And good luck with the rest of year and the new stuff. Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you very much.